man uses Chat GPT to sell his home.
Hmm.
Years in his Cooper. So after 15 years in his Cooper City home, Robert Levine decided it was finally time to sell. But
Oh,
instead of
look at him.
contacting a real estate agent, he turned to the power of the prompt.
Well, these.
ChatGPT.
I really wanted to challenge myself to use AI for the entire journey, not just piecemeal every step along the way.
The married father of three says he used artificial intelligence for everything: the planning, the pricing, the marketing, even the paint.
We repainted a couple of rooms in the house because ChatGPT said that's where you're going to get the biggest return on investment. The most important thing it did for us was build out a timeline. Here's when you need to start packing your house.
ChatGPT helped Robert design the marketing materials like his open house handout and the online listing. Then told him how to get his home listed on the MLS, the multiple listing service, scheduled his showings, and suggested the best day to list his home.
We ended up listing on a Tuesday.
Turned out to be terrific timing.
I think within the first 72 hours, we had 5 offers on the home already, which was tremendous.
The Levines still held the open house scheduled for that following Saturday, but by Sunday morning, 5 days after listing their home, they had a signed contract. A contract generated by, you guessed it, ChatGPT.
It's
Shout out to him. Cutting out that middleman, man. Hey, so this is how this is an example of using uh artificial intelligence to uh enhance your life, right? To help you become more productive, to help you, become better because like they said, he did pretty much the whole process. And I mean, a lot of people that I talk to are scared of it. They don't want to use it, you know, but they're gonna be left behind. There was a series, man, where, called Left Behind series. I don't know if y'all saw that, but the rapture had happened and people looked up and some cast was still here and they was like wondering where all my loved ones go. You know what I'm saying? They left they was left behind. And this is not quite like that, but it is quite like that because you're gonna be lost. You're gonna be like one of those old people who don't understand technology. But for you, it's gonna be I don't understand how to correctly write prompts for Chat GPT or Gemini or whichever one you use, Claude, uh, and to how to be more productive. We this is another topic that we brought up. We talked about, the process of elimination as it refers to those who do programming. Like, hey, you could do, have it write a program for you. You to his point, you could have it write. You could have it tell you what is the best day to list my house. What color should I paint this room? There's a lot of things like that you can do inside your home that you could do it in a lot of different places. Oh, how can I want to make my room look better. What should I do? What recommendations do you have? And it'll give you that. You know what I'm saying? Of course the prompt will be a little different than that, but I'm not here to teach you how to do prompts. Um uh but yeah, that's dope. I thought it was very interesting when I heard this. And then so normally you have a lawyer write up the papers and then you have and then the lawyer presents you with the papers. He was able to cut that out because all he had to do is he had Chat GPT write out the papers, and all he had to do is just have a lawyer oversee him and make sure it was good, and that was it. So he was able to cut out a large percentage of what he would normally have to pay some other individual to do it. Hey, I'm with it, cause
I'm one of those individuals that has used AI, has studied it, currently using it, currently studying it, and as Cuzzo said before, I see it as a tool to use and a tool not to be used by. Um, so I want people to understand what it is. It does not replace thinking because if you can't think for yourself and put prompts into the system, you're only going to get generic information and you can spot it, a mile away because it's formatted, how it's set up. You can see, how the breaks and the language, how it cycles, how it puts it together. You can understand what it's saying, but you can also understand that it's formatted. Okay. So people should um, start to learn how to use it because it's going to be one of those things that they implement in everything. They've already started to do it. Now you're just hearing more about it. So the more you hear about it, just understand they've already been doing it. So you don't want to not get involved with it or not engage with it because if you don't engage with it, then you're going to be one of those people that today with technology, they don't know how to work it or don't want to work it. Something simple as a cell phone, text messaging. These are all basic things that a lot of people don't know how to use or don't know how to, you know, interact with. The reason why I can say that, my auntie is one of them. She's like, she doesn't know how to text. So, that's something that I, get to teach her when we have time, or when she has time, show her how to do just send a basic text. Hello, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. Just basic things. So, automation just gives you and take care of those things that, you don't have to put too much money in, that you used to have to do it. And it's fun for a lot of people, but if you really understand it and understand, what you can do with it, it can put you light year ahead of everyone else, like 90% of the people, because they either heard about it, they either playing with it, and they don't even know what to do with it. So I'm glad that he was able to go through that process and sell his home using AI because now he can teach others how to do that. That's a business model. You can sell ebooks because people, I'm sure, want to keep more money in their pockets because if you're using a real estate agent, yeah, that's money out of your pocket. You
That's
can
an app
write
he could create.
Because the app you could create, I'm pretty sure he will. There's a lot of different, systems and software that you can do that with. So if this is on, if they're doing a story about this on the news, trust and believe, it's people are already making that happen for sure. So again, when you hear about something on the news or you hear about something trending, it's
Too late.
already you too late. You too late. So choose something else. But yeah, I'm enjoying learning stuff with AI. I've been working with it. I'm actually working on Claude right now, trying to learn that because I was just getting used to Chat GPT. Like I use that every day, and the whole thing with the government and the Pentagon,
Yeah.
everybody switching over, which I understand. So opened up Claude, trying to get used to doing code work because I was working with that stuff a lot. I was actually gonna do, engineering, So it's kind of like now I have to kind of relearn some things over. And you really don't have to have a technical background, because you can do stuff like vibe coding, prompting, engineering, So we just have to learn just the process, the format. That's all. But yeah, automation is one of those things I'm really interested in because with life, you can automate your emails, automate answering emails, automate, if you're on social media, creating content, all those things, help you in that process. 'Cause you don't have to sit there and type every input,
Right.
The large language model actually learns your voice in terms of how you speak, tones, habits. So anytime you want or post something that actually helps, with that. So
I mean, what you guys don't realize too is that this has been going on for a long time, longer than we actually probably know about ChatGPT and Gemini, because like you talked about habits, you wonder why, when you go on Instagram and you see something that you talked about, or you see something that you you searched up a while ago, now it's on your feed, it's tracking your patterns. And that's uh, you know what I'm saying? Artificial intelligence is doing that. Uh, and there's a difference too. You have like AI, like you have modeling, you have generative AI, you have all these different facets of it. It's not just all robots are going to be taken over. No, it's not. That's not. It's not all of that. It's not that. It's multiple different areas in artificial intelligence that we get to learn about. Um, so, like I said, shout out to him. Thought it was kind of dope that he did this.
Yeah.
Um, and just start with the basics, man. They got YouTube University. You can always pull up a YouTube video and find out like what is what, how you get started. And actually, I probably need to start. I need to download Claude, because I haven't played around with it. I usually use Gemini. I was using ChatGPT before, but I haven't used that actually in a long while.